Hey everyone, Eric here, and I just was in the mood to do a quick book haul video, relatively quick. I've been doing the unboxing videos, obviously, and since I just bought a lot of books at the bookstore, I thought, what the hell, let's show you what I got. So, I'm going to start. I went to Barnes & Noble today. I went to Half Price Books yesterday, as of this recording, obviously. I'm going to start with today, what I picked up at Barnes & Noble. And first, I have the Rue Morgue Library Movie Monsters. It's number 12. Can you see that little number 12? In their Rue Morgue Library magazine series, whatever you'd want to call it. I have, looking over there, more than half, but some of the older ones are out of print and difficult to find, and I didn't grab them when they came out. But they're interesting. Just little articles on different movie monsters, types of creatures, and things. The last one I think was Girls and Guns. There's one on Phantasm. There's one about shark movies. But they're just it's $10. If you're a horror movie fan, these are just nice little things to have. Toss that over there. Next we have Sherlock Holmes, The Legacy of Deeds by Nick Kime. And this is from Titan Books. If you watched my last unboxing video, I just got another Sherlock Holmes book. This is the brand new one. I think there were only a couple, maybe a few months in between the release of the one that I unboxed and the one I just picked up at Barnes & Noble. And there's already, if you go to the first page inside the book, it lists the book in the series, and there's already 2 more under coming soon. So I'm very excited about this. And I meant to say at the beginning of this video, all of these books I'm about to show you, let's see, there are 2, well, maybe 3 that I knew what they are ahead of time. None of these books I picked up, I did not read the back of any of these books. I did not read the inside flaps of any of these books. All of them were books I've been looking forward to, except for one. That was a surprise. But I just grabbed them without knowing. Again, a couple exceptions, not knowing anything really about them, though. So anyway, so Sherlock Holmes, we went over that, obviously. Next, we have Predator, If It Bleeds, edited by Brian Thomas Schmidt. This is obviously a Predator anthology. You've got authors like Kevin J. Anderson, Jonathan Mayberry, Tim Leben, Weston Oakes, Jennifer Brozick, I'm going to say that's how you pronounce her name, S.D. Perry, John Shirley, all sorts of great authors in here. I'm a little leery. If you saw my review for the Alien Bug Hunt anthology, that was not a very well put together book. There were plenty of mistakes within the book. The worst being one of the stories had editor's notes within the story. So hopefully this is better put together in a better way. I mean, I liked most of the authors in the Alien book. I like most of the authors in this book. Hopefully, it's worth it. The next book, this is the one that was a surprise. Again, everything else, the books I've already shown you, the books I will be showing you, I knew were out. I knew I was going to pick up eventually this one. I did not know that it was coming out. But again, didn't even bother reading the back of it, just grabbed it. This is Deadlands Boneyard by Seanan McGuire. This, I believe, is the 3rd in the new series of Deadlands novels. That's what it looks like. I reviewed the Ghost Walkers by Jonathan Mayberry. I have, it's easier for me to read it out of the front of the book than trying to read it off my shelf. Deadlands Thunder Moon Rising is the second one. I have that. I believe it's by Jeff Marriott, but Don't take my word for it. I can't see it from here. But, so this is the third. I like Sean and Maguire. I love that cover. Deadlands is a really cool world for people to write in based on the game. So I was happy to see this. I didn't know if there were going to be any more coming out, and now I know that there is. All right, next we have Star Wars from a certain point of view. I haven't found any editor listed. There are 43 different authors. And it says up at the top there are 40 stories celebrating 40 years of Star Wars. What this is, and I think it's a really cool idea, it's retelling the original Star Wars movie from the points of view of different characters. And I believe it's the whole movie in order, from what I can tell, but again, different character points of view. The one thing I know, I think it's Chuck Wendig's, is the cantina scene from the bartender's point of view. So actually, if I just look inside, you've got, and there is one story that says it bridges the gap from Rogue One to A New Hope through the eyes of Captain Antilles. So, one of the stories features Aunt Beru, and lots of great authors here. Let's see, Meg Cabot, Delilah S. Dawson, Paul Dini, Matt Fraction. I love Matt Fraction's writing. Christy Golden. I mentioned Chuck Wendig, Greg Rucka. I'm a huge fan of Greg Rucka. Will Wheaton. 43, as I said. But this, to me, this is very, very interesting. It'll be interesting to read a story that's 40 years old, told in a completely different way. So, yeah, that one I'm excited about. You know, I really need to find someone to pay me to just sit and read, because between what I picked up today and the orders I've gotten from Amazon and everything else, I'm not sure I have time to read all of this stuff. But I really do want to. All right, so there's two more from Barnes & Noble. This one, Strange Weather by Joe Hill. 4 short novellas. Or, well, it says short novels. So essentially novellas. And it's basically what it says. 4 novellas in one book. This just came out within the last week or so, I believe. And when I was at Half Price Books yesterday, they had it there with a sticker that said 20% off, because their new books are not half price like everything else, generally. We'll get to that shortly. But so it was 20% off. I was tempted to pick it up, but I knew I was going to Barnes & Noble, and I know they usually discount their new books even more. So between the discount that Barnes & Noble gives anybody that walks in off the street, and then my membership discount, just because I do have a card, I got this puppy for 40% off. So get out there now, pick it up at Barnes & Noble, or order it from Amazon or your local bookstore. Just, it's Joe Hill. It's going to be good stuff. And then finally, another one I've been looking forward to. Lots of anthologies today. This is The Monster Hunter Files, edited by Larry Correa. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, and Brian Thomas Schmidt, same guy that edited the Predator anthology. So the Monster Hunter series from Larry Correa is a best-selling series. It's military horror, I suppose, is probably the best way to... It's kind of like military sci-fi, but instead of spaceships and ray guns and stuff, it's they're fighting in the modern day, they're fighting monsters. But it's very, it's heavy on the military tactics and stuff. Now I said modern day, but this anthology series, as I understand it, has stories throughout the history of the Monster Hunter International organization. So it's not all modern day stuff. And again, great authors here. You've got, right there on the cover, you've got Jonathan Mayberry, Jim Butcher, Let's see, who else have we got? Maurice Brodus, great author. John Ringo, big military sci-fi guy. So Faith Hunter, Jody Lynn Nye, lots of great authors in this one. And I've read the first Monster Hunter book. I have not kept up with the others, but I'm definitely going to obviously want to read this, and I'll probably go back if I ever have the time and read the rest of the full series. But I've been looking forward to this one because of the authors that are in it. So that's everything I picked up at Barnes & Noble today. Pretty big haul. And then just for the hell of it, I'm going to show you what I got at Half Price Books. I had to put them on the floor. I didn't have room for everything on my lap, which I'm sitting in a chair and everything's just kind of piled in front of me. So basically, I picked up 4 things at Half Price Books, and this is really going to show my geek side here. I had to grab these. We have Essential Marvel Team Up Volume 1. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Essential line from Marvel, and they have a similar line at DC, or had, I don't remember what theirs is called. I don't think I have anything from that one, but they're black and white reprints of comics. So this particular book, Marvel Team Up Essential Volume 1, just reprints Marvel Team Up 1 through 24. It's 24 comics in here. There's, I love that Iron Man armor. Excuse me. So, yeah, 24 comics. They are in black and white. That's fine. I just want to read the stories. And, again, Half Price Books. We're going to get to that thing about not everything being half price here in a second. So the second thing I got was Marvel Team Up Volume 2. This one has Marvel Team Up 25 through 51 and Marvel 2-in-1 number 17. Got some Human Torch and Son of Satan on there, which is interesting because I always thought a Marvel Team Up was just a straight Spider-Man teaming up with somebody in every issue, but at least one of these issues, it's the Human Torch and Son of Satan. I haven't read them, so I couldn't tell you why. Maybe something happened to Spidey and they have to eventually, like, Human Torch and Son of Satan will save Spider-Man. I don't know. But anyway, so Marvel Team Up, Essential Marvel Team Up Volumes 1 and 2. And then Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing, Volume 1. And got some Man-Thing versus The Thing on the back there. Marvel 2-in-1 was basically like Marvel Team Up, but instead of Spider-Man teaming up with somebody every issue, it's The Thing from the Fantastic Four teaming up with someone every issue. Now this one's a little more involved as far as the contents. You have Marvel Feature number 11 and 12, then Marvel 2-in-1 1 through 20, and then 22 through 25, and the annual number 1. Marvel Team Up number 47. So it looks like I have that. That's in this and this. And then it has Fantastic Four Annual number 11. And this had Marvel 2-in-1 17, which is also in this. So there are 2 stories, 2 issues that are in, I have copies of. That's fine. No big deal. So anyway, that's Essential Marvel 2-in-1 Volume 1. And then, oh, wouldn't be surprised if you could guess, Marvel 2-in-1 Volume 2. And we've got some Thanos on the back. And there's Spider-Man and Adam, wait, is that Adam Warlock peeking out of that Infinity Stone? This one has Marvel 2-in-1 26 through 52 and the Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 2 and 3. That's a little more straightforward. So to me, this is a great haul. Big, thick books. Now I said I was going to come back to this whole not everything is exactly half price. 2 of these were half price. One of them was cover price, and one of them was actually over cover price. And if I remember correctly, and I'm not sure I do. It was perhaps Marvel Team Up Volume 2 that is out of print, and Marvel 2-in-1 Volume 1 that was out of print, I think. But because they're out of print, they weren't just half off. I had to pay a little extra. Well, cover price for one, which is extra at Half Price Bookstore, and then actually over cover price, I believe. Yeah, because these are all $16.99 cover price. Anyway, but still, for these books, that's a great deal. So that's what I picked up at Half Price Bookstore yesterday. That's it. That's all I got. I just thought I'd share all of that with you. You do know, aside from the comic book stuff, the other stuff, when I read it, I'll be posting reviews. I know I'm a little behind. I have a couple to record, and plenty of stuff to just jump into and read. And I'll be ordering. There was one particular book I was looking for at Barnes & Noble that they didn't have, which means I'll be placing an order with Amazon very soon, so I'll be doing another unboxing video. But anyway, that's it. Just some stuff I picked up. Maybe some of it will pique your interest. Maybe you don't care, but I decided to record this anyway, and that's it. So those are my books. I'm Eric Smith. Until next time, read more of your own books.